Jiddu Maharaj they quotes, fear is always in relation to something, it does not exist by itself. There is fear of what happened yesterday in relation to the possibility of repetition tomorrow. There is always a fixed point from which relationship takes place. How does fear come into this? I had pain yesterday, there is memory of it, and I do not want it again tomorrow. Thinking about the pain of yesterday, thinking which involves the memory of yesterday's pain, project the fear of having pain again tomorrow. So it is the thought that brings about fear. Thought breeds fear, thought also cultivates pleasure. To understand fear, you must understand pleasure. They are interrelated. Without understanding one, you cannot understand the another. This means that one cannot say, I must have the pleasure and no fear. Fear is the other side of the coin, which is called pleasure. But to run away from fear is only to increase it. One of the major causes of fear is that we do not want to face ourselves as we are. But if you follow what the psychologist says or what I say, you are understanding your theories, our dogmas, our knowledge, you are not understanding yourself. When you confronted with something, immediately there is no fear. It is only when the thought comes in that there is fear. As long as one is escaping from loneliness, there is no essential difference between the worship of God and addiction to alcohol. Socially there may be difference, but psychologically the man who runs away from himself, from his own emptiness, whose escape is in search of God, is on the same level as a drunk guy. When the mother and father love their children, they do not compare them, they do not compare their child with another child. It is their child and they love their child. What you want to compare yourself with something better, with something nobler, with something richer, so you create yourself lack of love. So as long as the mind is comparing, there is no love, and the mind is always judging, comparing, waiting, looking to find out what the weakness is. So where there is comparison, there is no love. Love is not a sentiment, not dependent on something, and that state is extremely arduous and difficult to understand or to be in, because minds are always interfering, limited, encroaching upon its functioning. Therefore it is important to understand first the mind and its ways, otherwise we shall be caught in illusions, caught in words, sensations that had very little significance. The idea is not love, the idea of word is not love, but only when you have seen the whole movement of desire, attachment, pleasure, then out of that depth of perception comes the strange flower with its extraordinary perfume. That is called love. ना शब्द लव है, ना अमेजिंग लव है, ना डिज़ायर लव है, ना कामना लव है, ना मेरा तेरा में लव है, ये मेरा बेटा, ये मेरी बीवी. आज़ादी में लव है. बांधना नहीं होता बंदे को, आज़ाद छोड़ना होता है. इंसान है, उसको संस्कार ऐसे दो, संतों के पास लेके जाओ कि वो अपने फैसले खुद ले सके.